Oh, well, hello there, you beautiful, wonderful, fantastical human being. I am Andrea Dawn, and today we are going to talk about the koshas. The koshas are the layers or the sheaths of our being. And so it's helpful to understand how we're made up so that we can access all parts of ourselves, integrate all parts of ourselves, and then experience life from a place of wholeness. The first layer was the Manamaya Kosha, or our physical being. And then we moved from there into Pranamaya Kosha, which we access through the breath and is our energy, our prana. And then from there, we moved to what today is all about, our Manamaya Kosha, or our mental layer. And so when we think mental, sometimes we think brain, but it's a whole lot more of that. And what I want to focus on today is the thoughts that we think, because whatever it is that we're thinking is the way in which we're experiencing our day-to-day life. And so noticing that thoughts are oftentimes repetitive, they're oftentimes not even our own. They've come from social programming, familiar programming, cultural programming. And so what we want to do is sit down and examine, where did that thought come from? Is it mine? Do I agree with it? So that we're not experiencing life from a lens of belief that may not even be our own belief. It's like everything kind of has a flavor to it. And we want to make sure that that flavor is one of our choosing. And so we are inundated every single day with external stimuli, so much. And we want to make sure that we're protecting ourselves. And that's when we can employ things like mantras. Manas means mind, tra means protection. So when we use mantras or these repeated statements over and over and over again, we protect ourselves. We protect our mind space and that environment to make sure that we're cultivating it as a place of growth where we are taking root and planting seeds of the thoughts that we are choosing. So I'm going to read to you what I wrote about Manamaya Kosha. Who am I? What am I? These questions inevitably arise on our spiritual journey. The Koshas explain the human being in terms of having different layers, bodies, or sheaths. Understanding ourselves and our different aspects can guide us from feeling separate and disjointed to whole and complete. It is easy to identify with our physical layer because we can see and touch it. This is called our Anamaya Kosha. Yet we know there's more because we breathe, and this opens the door to our energy body, our Pranamaya Kosha, or that which enlivens the body. Not only do we move and breathe, but we also think thoughts and feel feelings. This is our Manamaya Kosha, or our mental body, and the topic of which we will explore. Manas means mind, and much of our yoga practice is focused at this level of being. I won't pretend to fully understand what is mind, not even close. What I do know is that my mind has the moldability to expand or contract dependent upon the thoughts that I am thinking, the beliefs that I affixate to, and the judgments that I am casting. The experience I have based upon the above stated is either one of presence and reality or one of imagination, either past or future. The external stimuli of life is like a daily hurricane of people, places, and things layered with our dialogue about those people, places, and things. It's overwhelming. Yet we are addicted to the overwhelm and the rush of witnessing and being fooled by the importance of the hurricane. However, if all we ever do is run away from the hurricane or towards it or obsessively track it or worry about it or take photos of it, we never get to experience anything other than its chaos. Yoga reminds us that there is an eye to every storm and that we can develop the awareness, the intellect, and the discernment to filter the hurricane. We can learn to channel its rains to quench our thirst, or navigate its winds to hoist our sails and venture inward to the island of where our beloved awaits. Just as the body and energy need to be nourished, so does the mind. If we blindly expose her to fear-based agendas, we will develop a mentality or mental body of fear. On the other hand, when we feed our mental body a diet of love-based intentions and filter our exposure to the onslaught of toxic, misaligned propaganda, We can cultivate an environment of which allows for the limitless nature of love to flourish within our own beings and beyond. Not only do we save ourselves, but we provide lifeboats for others who are still lost in the storm. And when you think about that I of the storm, think of not lowercase I, but uppercase I, which is the same as Roman numeral 1. So that is the access to our inner divine, to our Purusha, to that which is unchanging, to that which is not dependent upon time or space. And so when we can access that place, then we are not so controlled by all of the chaos of the storm. And our intentions, our daily intentions, get to be the filter of what we allow in. And so making sure that you set daily intentions. First thing you do when you wake up, set an intention. That's your magnet. That's what you come back to when the thoughts start to become excessive, when you start to spiral out and thinking about things that aren't helpful. And that's always a question you can ask. Is this helpful? Is this improving the quality of my day? Is this thought helping that or not? And if it's not, you have the power to change it. I hope this was helpful. Sit with these ideas, make your own observations. Remember that your experience, your direct experience is what yoga always encourages. And I will see you next time as we move even further into the koshas. Always a blessing, honor. Oh, remember to hit like and subscribe. Always a blessing, honor, and privilege my heart sees and feels and smiles to yours. Namaste, yogis.